Alrighty, good morning. Well, it is January 11th. It's a Tuesday. Here is my mission for the day. I just wanted to make a quick clip, set the scene, kind of talk about some stuff that I was thinking about, I guess, while I was sleeping, and then earlier this morning, later last night, because we rounded out with this project that we were working on in here, our smart lights, smart switches in the kitchen. So we have our one switch there that does this very ugly fixture, but you know, that'll go to whatever is here. And then we have this switch over here that I have no idea what the hell is going on with it. Just not responsive. And it goes over there. And then this is just a Pico remote that could be, attached to like whatever. And right now it does, just that one, but it would do both theoretically, or again, whatever the fuck we want. But point is over here, just to kind of document this, I am almost certain that this is wired properly, but for some reason it just wasn't like working, and it isn't working. There's no lights or anything. I've tried a couple things. I don't exactly know what the hell's going on, but I also don't have like a light to fully test it. So at one point, I'll see if I can throw the picture on the screen, Amanda and I were doing this thing where I put this fan that I took down, I like hung it up there and I was holding it, and she like flipped the breaker back on and then tried to come over here and press this, and nothing happened. Like, it was still just like this. The one thing I will say though is there's a piece down here, and when you pull it out, if you can kind of see, I think it's called like an FASS or something like that, like some sort of switch where you can like work on it. I don't understand exactly why you need to do this, but like I'll show you on this one, for instance. So it's on, and you pull this little thing and it goes off. So it like cuts power to this switch. And then you put it back in and like it, turns back on or whatever. When we were testing it, I know that this thing was like at least out a little bit. I'm not sure if that mattered. But I thought like when I pushed it in, I heard it like click or whatever, but that was after the fact. It's very confusing, I know. But the point is that I think maybe the switch might have not been getting power when we were testing it. And then now, hypothetically, like that thing is pushed back in, that little piece at the bottom, and it's getting power because I take the switch out, I have the power on, and I'm looking with a voltage tester, and there's power coming to the switch. Like there's like it's somehow wired properly to get power, but the lights aren't on. And what I think might be the case is these are the switches that you don't need a neutral wire for. So it needs like that circuit up there or like the load or whatever to be complete. I read that on one Reddit comment, so I don't know if that's exactly true. But again, if I had a light properly wired up there right now, I would feel more confident that there's either something wrong with the wiring of the switch or it's just a bad switch. Entirely possible, because I have a video of the Amazon delivery woman dropping one of the boxes that I believe contained, a caseta dimmer. I don't really give a shit, but point is that I could end up taking it back or sending it back, which wouldn't be the end of the world. I just want to know what the fuck's wrong. So that's where we're at on that. And I'm probably not going to mess with that too much because I don't really have that much stuff that I can really kind of do there. Just a real quick point of reflection. These smart switches are kind of getting to be a pain in the ass. Not really because of the smart switches themselves, but just because of the kind of the wiring that's kind of going on. But it doesn't really matter because we're going to have to change the light switches anyway. So, oh well, we're getting through it, and it's going to look very nice, and we're going to have smart lights. So that's cool. So the bigger thing though today, and the thing that I want to focus on, is I definitely want to make this place look a little nicer. Amanda's family's coming over later just to eat and just kind of check out the progress and stuff. So I really need to get some of this stuff like kind of out of here because there's just stuff everywhere. So I'm going to clean up. I'm going to definitely clean up this kitchen. I might put a door handle on in the office because there's a closet that we can kind of do. Like the hole for the door is good enough, but yeah, really just cleaning today, and then maybe we'll mess with that light, but I don't really know if that's something that's going to happen because I don't know if I have enough stuff, but yeah, so let's get to cleaning. Okay, early afternoon, time for a quick update. The living room's still a little messy, but I put the, I'll show it to you in a second. I had like a little nightstand type thing. I put it over in the old office. We'll deal with that. Talk about that in a second. I was trying to move some of this like fan shit and all that. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Cleaned off the table a good bit. Just some stuff that we're not sure what we're going to do with the Tupperware and such. Still have that for testing, but I'm probably just gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna deal with all this. I got a funny fucking story about that oscillating tool to tell you in a second. But yeah, so I don't know. Kind of try to put some glasses away and stuff. You know, just cleaning up here in general. Went over here to the office and installed this beautiful, absolutely beautiful door lever there. I mean, I cannot say enough about the vibe here with the white walls and doors and then the black accents. Just looks awesome. Also put that little door stopper on down there. So just a closet, but that's pretty cool. So I don't know. I love it. Closes pretty well. That's nice. Those doors are a pain in the ass, and that was the only one that I had a big enough door knob hole for. So we got to get a lot more doors on, but you know, coming along there. I also was doing a little bit of research for like lights like these. I want to change those to LED. They're just little incandescents. Nothing crazy, just 4 of them. But I was thinking, like, I don't know what size, or not size, Keller temperature I want to go with. These are like, you know, incandescents, so like 27 or something, 100. But I'm definitely going to go something brighter, or not brighter, well, probably brighter, but also higher Keller temperature, whiter. So maybe like 4,000, like that's in the thing over there, the living room. I don't know, 4,000 I feel like is a really good spot for what we like and what we like to do. And then hopefully I can get a fan with a light that kind of matches that. But I was just doing some research on that. Then I was thinking like, okay, well, if I'm going to go to Home Depot, probably not going to buy the lights there, but I'll buy, you know, another switch like this, like a white one with rockers instead of these like switches. New GCFIs, which will be interesting because I don't know how difficult those are. I mean, hypothetically, it's the same exact thing. You should just put the wires back on the same way. But I got a couple of those in the kitchen. We got this guy that I'd like to change just to kind of complete this look here that we're doing with the white stuff. GCFI there, and then I need that cover plate up there. So I was just thinking about running to the store to do that, grab that, maybe put those all together here. And then I decided that I was going to do that. I was doing that, and then I decided to do the, what's called the handle, the lever. And then I was like, okay, let me finish this project here in this hallway of this floor and put this last piece in here. So this piece right here in the threshold was not here before. And then I spent some time, probably like an hour or so. Like I got a piece of plank, I put it down, or I got the underlayment, put it down, then cut the plank to size. And there's going to be a little transition, which I'll show you in a second. But it was just funny. The story that I had to tell you about the oscillating tool was I needed to cut out a little bit more like back here or whatever. So I'm bringing this piece up from downstairs that I just cut. I have the oscillating tool in my other hand. And for some fucking reason, I decided to like have the oscillating tool, and then I was grabbing it by the cord, and like I tried to flip it up like I do sometimes with shit and then grab it. And because I didn't want to set it on this fucking tile that my mom just cleaned. And then I was like, wow, I probably should have just done that because I fucking dropped it. I didn't drop it fully, but the cord fell further than I thought it was going to. And I think it hit this. I'm not really concerned about that, but it also like scratched a little bit right here. And then it made like a little tiny dent here. I'm not concerned even about the scratch because like I don't give a, you're not gonna fucking see that really. You know, you could probably fill that in with something just like color it a little bit. This I'm a little pissed off about because like you can definitely feel this. I'm just me being an asshole is really, you know, what it came down to. And I'm really quite pissed off about that. I was not happy with myself when I did that. I mean, I guess luckily it didn't hit the tile or anything because I didn't want to fuck with that. But that was even funny too because I was oscillating over here right after, and then I kind of took a little piece up. But that's not going to be a big deal, so whatever. Anyway, I got it in there. I kind of slid it down. Obviously a little paint touch up and everything like that, but that's going to be fine. Not too worried about that. What we have over here is pieces for the transition. This was what was there before that transitioned I think the carpet into the tile, and a new piece over there. So we'll probably cut a new piece, but just for a visual, I don't know. I don't really want it to be brown because I don't think brown makes any sense in this application, but you know, something like this. So you're never going to see like the other shit there, but just for the time being, I mean, you know, can't really do anything. You can't leave like sharp, you know, what's it called? Sharp, you know, tile, porcelain or whatever there. So this is obviously disgustingly painted
half painted white here. But either white or, I mean, I guess we could leave it brown, but I don't think so. I think probably we should paint it like a black color, similar to this thing, so it kind of matches. But I don't know. Could paint it white too, but I don't think white makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna cut another piece. I'm gonna paint it whatever color. No idea how I'm gonna attach it. They literally had it screwed in or nailed in before, and I don't know about that. I don't know if that's a good idea with this, but maybe. It's just a floating force, so I don't really want to mess with it too much in that regard. But that's what we got there. Actually, honestly, I mean, it'll move, but that's kind of where we're at right now. So yeah, I'm happy that I finished that though, because that means that like everything, you know, before the hallway here, all the little stuff is all done. I still don't know what I'm gonna do here, because I don't know what the transition is gonna be like. I don't know really where to put it. I feel like I should have the transition before I try to mess with the floor part, but I don't know. That's where we're at. And then the last flooring thing over here, this is another huge thing. Like there's a lot of weird shit going on here. Another transition, a transition down the steps. It's gonna get done, but I don't know when it's gonna get done. Probably not right this second, that's for sure. But yeah, so that is where we're at. I think I'm gonna go to Home Depot real quick and get some food because I'm starving, and then try to finish cleaning all this up before like 5 o'clock. So let's see how it goes. All right, I still need to clean up a little bit. I put more shit on the table because I went to Home Depot and I did a couple things. So let me show you that real quick. Then I gotta clean up. But up there, we just have a white cover plate now where that stupid clock outlet was at one point, which is kind of funny. One day, we'll probably strip out that bulkhead completely up there and that won't be there anymore. But for the time being, that works. So that's cool. Looks great. Fantastic. I got that. Then we went over here, and this is actually super fun. I'm super happy about this. This looks really nice. Look at this brand new switch I put in here. I switched it, so man, it's gonna be all messed up because the light used to be at the bottom and the fan was at the top, but I think this makes more sense personally. So I switched it, and I'll show a picture of like what the inside looked like and then what I did. But like I'd never wired a switch like this, and I mean I'm just replacing shit, but I had to move some wires slightly, so I'm pretty proud of myself. A lot of shit in this box, had to tuck that all back in there. Didn't even realize how close this was down here on this when I bought this, or when I took the first one off and then like I bought this one. Like it was just kind of interesting, but those work lovely. They're white. They look great. And then I went over here actually, and you can kind of see this GCFI is on a switch. So it's attached to the switch with the light on it, not the fan one. And that was kind of interesting. I found that out a while ago, but then I realized it when I was doing this. And inside this box, this is definitely added after the fact, because it's just a plastic box and there's only 3 wires in there. And I bought a 4-pack of these GCFI tamper resistant ones. Looks pretty cool, pretty nice. Has a little light on it, obviously. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I swapped that out. Interesting here though, and I'll pop back over here because that's pretty much all you kind of need to see there. But this is very interesting because I bought this 4-pack over here of the GCFIs. I wanted to show you. If you never put one of these in, I mean, this was my first one. Like, you don't have to wrap the screw around these like you do a regular outlet. Why the hell is that? Like, why do you just stick it in there and then tighten it down? Like, okay, that's fine with me. That's, you know, somewhat easier. But I just don't understand why they don't just do that for all outlets. There's probably a reason, I would assume, but this is kind of easier, so why wouldn't you just do it that way? But yeah, I mean, that was a real easy one because, you know, we did that. The one thing I will say that might have to end up changing, but hopefully not, is for that switch in there, there was a lot of stuff in that box, and it wasn't grounded before the switch wasn't grounded that was in there before, and then I didn't end up grounding that one either, so maybe I should have done that, but I don't think it's the end of the world, but I would like things to normally be grounded. I grounded pretty much everything else. So if I have to go back in there and do that, I will. It's just I didn't want to deal with that pigtail thing and potentially having to put more shit in the box or whatever the hell else I had to do there. So just kind of got lazy on that one. But
Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I have to clean this place up. We got some food that we're gonna be getting here, and maybe we'll do some more work tonight. I don't know. Still very interested to see if this light thing works here when we try that, because I really hope that I wired that correctly, and it just needs a light on the other side in order to make it all, you know, move swimmingly and actually look like it has power going to it. I don't know. That's it. We do some more stuff later. I'll let you know. Okay, today is Wednesday, January 12th. I am not in our house. Um, and the reason is because I'm cleaning out my room at my parents' house. And I did a little bit of this before. I had some of the stuff there. You saw that in the previous clips, previous days, and everything like that. But also, all I have is my phone, so I don't have the actual camera. So sorry about that. But hopefully, the quality is okay. We're just kind of, again, documenting this moment because I've been in this room for 25 years. It's changed a couple times, but that's what we've done. So I'll put a picture like on the screen or something of, maybe some recent photos or whatever. But basically, this is where we're at now. Took all my coats and stuff like that. I'm probably just gonna leave this thing right here. We might take this dresser. I'm not exactly sure yet. Either take it or buy a new one. Um, Still, I don't know. Amanda's crazy with the clothes, so she definitely needs something, obviously. Uh, that's my helium miner. That's definitely going to go in my office closet. That's actually going to stay here because that's a network switch that kind of ties the basement of this house to the first floor. So I'm just going to figure out a way to put that, like, probably out in the main room, living room area. And then sometime this week or this weekend, I have to use my dad's van to kind of move all of this shit here, because it's a big desk. The legs are gonna come off, but we're gonna try to put it in there, and then all the peripherals and everything like that. I got to be very careful. I don't know if you've ever moved, computer like that, but that's actually probably slightly less fragile than this big ass screen here, so I got to deal with that. But all of that'll be over there, and then I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the paneling, the little panels. I'm gonna take them down. I don't know if I'm gonna use them. Um, I'm not sure yet. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do there with that. And then I got to take this bed and put it in the office over at the house as well. So just a couple big things that we got to move that we haven't done yet. What I'm gonna do today is a couple things. I made this little list before leaving, and it was there's a little hair on there, and it says garage doors, garage cams, printer. Those are like just things that I've done, just trying to like help my parents out with some tech stuff before I head out. And then the network switch, like I mentioned there, I want to make sure that the internet still works when I leave. And then the bedroom wall, so that there's definitely, I made a video, but I don't know if I ever posted it. I can't remember. There's definitely like a lot of chips in this wall because I tried to brad nail those in, and it just didn't work well. So maybe I'll have to fix the wall a little bit for them. And then this light switch thing I'm gonna do today, and then try to get them onto Amazon Prime, so I don't have to actually, you know, order their shit every time they wanna get something. But all that aside, um, I want to do a couple things, and I'll just kind of mention it here. So the first thing is over here at the light switch. You can kind of see that there's no light switch. It was just a blank panel, and the reason was because I had Philips Hue bulbs, and I just had like a little dimmer thing there, wireless dimmer. So I'm gonna put this in here at some point. Just gonna put a little switch that they had, and just replace that for them so these lights actually work, because those are just regular LEDs. And then I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna take all of these trophies up here, and I'm probably gonna throw them in that box. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm very overwhelmed with the amount of work that I've been doing recently, because there's just a lot of shit. But we're gonna finish this up, and then once we're settled in over there, hopefully sometime soon, we'll be rock and rolling. So I'm gonna get to work here. Alrighty, it's later in the evening now. I did a lot of work at home, my parents' house, and just doing all that sort of stuff. We reinstalled a light switch because I stole that one. You know, a lot of other things. Almost completely out of there again. Got to move some things. But we're here now, and we're going to be staying here in the next couple days, obviously, and then hopefully by this weekend we'll be fully in here. But what I have here today and what I want to do right now is I got these two lights. I'll leave links in the description if you guys want to check these out. The lighting is probably pretty bad because it's nighttime and there's obviously no light right there, but there will be very soon. We got these two lights. Now, these are like LED flush mounted lights here. They just, obviously the box is super thin. I didn't realize it was gonna be that thin, but I think it'll still look cool. Hopefully it'll be easy installation and all that. It's selectable, which I really like this. This was the same type of thing as those lights up there were. Those are currently set to 4,000 Kelvin, which is, if you're not familiar with like the Kelvin scale, all that means is that's closer to like a pure white, like a daylight. Most of the time, if you see like a really bright white light, it's probably like 5,000 Kelvin. I'm a fan of that in certain environments. 4,000 is actually probably, I did a lot of research on this, but I still wanted to make my own decision because we have white and like this black whole, you know, thing going on here, white and black and like monochromatic. I didn't want to introduce like an orangish or a yellow light into that because I just thought that'd be yucky. And I just honestly don't really like that type of lighting. But the point that I'm trying to make is those are selectable. If I ever want to change it, we could go into the ceiling, you know, go up in the attic and move a little switch. I think they actually have like 4 or 5 color settings. But these ones, we can match it with like the 4,000 is the point that I'm making. We have a couple different ones. It's going to be fine. It's going to be great. And yeah, so what I did here was I measured this, and this is the same light, just two different sizes. One's 15.8, one's 12 inches. And I was thinking about getting the 15.8 for both. But then I realized like 15.8 is fine for here because there's like a big ceiling. But then I was like, this might have been, let me take the big one and come over here because the other one is for our hallway here. And this kind of, you really aren't gonna be able to see this because I can't show you, but it would have been massive. Let's just leave it at that, okay? Because like this hallway is only like 34 inches wide, and like to take a, you know, a thing, like that's still a bad shot there. But the point is that it really wasn't that good of an idea, I think. So I bought a shorter one, or a little smaller one. So we have the 15.8 that's gonna go in the kitchen. We have the 12 that's gonna go over there. I think it's all gonna be pretty nice. It's gonna look similar and operate the same, just a different size. And yeah, so I'm gonna go turn the power off and I'm gonna install some lights because we desperately need light in here because it's very dark. One more thing too is once I have that installed, I am hoping that my installation over here turns the hell on because it's still not turning on, but I hope that it's because it doesn't have a load at the end. You know, there's no things over there. I don't know, please pray for me because I don't want to have to go and change those switches again and mess with that. So I'm gonna get to this and I will update you. Alrighty, today is Thursday, January 13th. Didn't film, I don't think anything after I did that light clip yesterday. Just did that, and then Amanda and I started watching the Harry Potter series from all the movies from the first one. I've seen like the first 4, but I think I stopped at 5. Anyway, it's very nice. This is a nice, just as another quick review, beautiful system here with the sound bar, all that stuff going on, the sub, the things that I still need to mount. But it's a nice experience watching movies here. I'm very happy about it. So stayed here last night, gonna stay here again. Worked today, this morning at the restaurant, then came here, gotta do the same thing tomorrow. But we're almost moved in, like we said. We just gotta move a couple more things in. But now starts to become the actual time where everything to this point has been like kind of okay, fun and dandy. But at this point now, I have to figure out how to actually like live in here and put all of this like shit away. And I don't have to do it like necessarily all at once, and we don't really have like the full setup to put it all away. But this is just like, you know, part of the shit. And then, you know, over there in the office, there's more. Let me take you through an actual tour though, because we're gonna do like a full house tour here at some point. But let's just do a quick tour here today, because I haven't actually done one of these full walkthroughs, I don't think, in a while. But let's do it. So over here on the left, obviously from the front door, we have you know, the beautifully lit living room. We've kind of seen it from the alternate view there. The shades, also a quick note about the shades for every window in here.
got delayed, and I'm pretty sure, when did it say? Like maybe the 15th, and like a few more days now, like the 15th or 16th or something. So whenever they get here, I'll install them. But that's what we have now. So all this shit obviously wouldn't be over here. This is, I think, probably gonna end up being like a little, some stuff for like Minnie, our cat, somewhere in this area when that's all done. But we'll deal with that. We still gotta deal with all the shit. So anyway, we have this beautifully lit. And the main thing actually I wanted to do with this is talk about like kind of the lighting too, because I was gonna update us here on what we did yesterday. So like this is all smart light. This is for outside. This is for full in here. There's obviously the other two over here. If we go to the right, we have this nice light up here now. It's pretty cool. I would say I'd recommend it. Like I said, there's links in the description and everything. But I don't know. I mean, it wasn't that hard to install, but I installed it kind of incorrectly, like the bracket that goes on. And because I was doing that, like the junction box screw hole is kind of a little stripped now. So it's kind of not fully, like it's up there, it's not gonna fall, but it's not really the greatest. So I need to kind of like pull it down, kind of rethread that hole, and then probably screw it back in. But I mean, it's pretty good. It lights up the room pretty well. The only thing I was seeing is like last night, like there's definitely shadows like kind of in that range when it's fully dark outside. It's not the end of the world. It's way better than, you know, it was and stuff. So, but yeah, so it lights up the room pretty well. It's a pretty cool piece. And again, it was actually relatively just like a cheap, it is definitely built relatively cheap, but it functions fine. But again, this is still like, I think of everything in this kitchen as like kind of temporary in a sense. The paint, you know, probably stay the same. The outlets and the switches and stuff, all that's not gonna really change, but everything like inside here may end up changing. So I'm not super worried about it. I just want it to be, you know, adequate, I think at this point, and it's more than adequate. So yeah, so we got that. You know, we got our switch here that controls all of the lights in the, it's a Pico remote for Lutron, from Lutron Caseta. So it controls everything in here. Basically what it does is this little thing here controls these two switches. Also waiting on a cover plate here from Lutron. Should have just fucking went to Home Depot and bought that, but decided to be an asshole and buy it on Amazon, so it's gonna take longer. But anyway, this is for this little light over here that is really stupid, but I'm dealing with it. And then over here, this is that one. So this all works. One really important thing that I wanna note here is this, see there's a light here and like it's turned on, and even when it's off, like you can kind of, might still be able to see like a little bit of a light. Like there was no lights at all when the wires were just dangling over there. So if you buy a Lutron thing that doesn't have a neutral switch and you wire it up before the light is on, it's fine. It's gonna work probably. I'm gonna say most likely it's gonna work. You just need to put something on the other end for it to, you know, fully work like that. Something about having a, you know, load on the other side. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But anyway, kitchen's looking good. We got to put some more stuff away that we got and just kind of, you know, deal with the whole cabinet situation. But it's looking way better. We got to clean this floor. There's still some paint on it and stuff, but kitchen is solid. I got to do something about this light. Just maybe make it brighter at least, like different bulbs or something in lieu of taking it out. This looks great. Same light, just smaller. I'm actually really happy that we didn't get the bigger light in here. I think it looks really good, the size here. It's almost off center, but I don't really give too much of a shit about that. I really don't care at all. But yeah, so installed that. The one thing I'll say quickly about these lights is these are both set at 4000K, and I think, I didn't take that one back down to check, but that one definitely looks whiter than this one, and I know this one's at 4000K. So it's supposed to be the same as that. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but, and I don't know if it really show extremely well, but I don't know. The point is that I wanted everything to be 4000, and I'm pretty sure that this one is slightly different than that one, which is slightly different than these ones. It's kind of to be expected, I guess, but that's just, you know, kind of where we're at there. Not a huge deal, just something to note if you like that. Hallway's looking great. We got to get panels and all these things, but that is such a goddamn process. I could just bang that out one day. This now controls our hallway light. I might be able to fit a Caseta switch in here. This is probably going to be blank because this currently has, is like a switch for downstairs, like that outside light that is currently our Google floodlight thing, and I don't want to deal with that. And then this, I'm probably just going to make this like a rocker because it goes up there in the attic. Also need to change that attic door, but I think that's gonna work. If I make this blank, just kind of take out, whatever there, we'll just wire everything hot through, put a smart light switch here. This will just be like a rocker or something, maybe something else from Lutron or something like that. That'll be fine, and then we'll do that. That'll be perfect. We don't need smart lights in the attic. That's just unnecessary. I would have loved smart lights in the bathroom here, but until I figure out like a solution, or they have like a 2 switch thing here, this is more than fine. It looks great in here. Everything, as long as it's like kind of the right Keller temp there. I was going to change those bulbs. I don't know if I said that. Might end up changing those to LEDs at some point because I hate incandescent bulbs. Got to deal with that fan. Got to deal with this. Got to put our thermostat on there at some point, but we have that, so that's at least something we don't have to buy. That's fantastic. I guess we'll go into the bedroom here. Like I don't know, I got to deal with these doors when we put them back on, this closet over here. And then as far as lighting in here goes, I have no idea what we're going to do yet here. I have 3 bulbs. And if we go back over here into the office, I have 3 bulbs that can go in this fan. They're little, what's it called? Like Philips Hue bulbs. And then we could put like the dimmer switch over here or something. So then these would be smart lights and not a smart switch. Not the same thing, but it would work. For our use case and everything, because we could change the color temperatures of these lights in here, and that'd be pretty cool. But bigger thing though is that I got to deal with all this shit, because there's going to be a bed over there, there's going to be a desk over here, there's going to be another desk over here. So I think I just need to move everything is really what we need to do. We need to get everything out of here, because hopefully this weekend we can put those big items in, and then I can store things on the desk. I can push that thing over to there to where it needs to go, and we'll kind of be good there. So that is kind of the update as of today. I'm gonna try to work on some of these things, and then maybe give an update. Maybe not. I'm not sure, because I'm probably not gonna be giving like these super crazy updates anymore, just because there's just like bigger things that I need to do. Like another thing is got to put these Ethernet jacks on still, so just shit like that. I don't know. There's a lot to do, and we just got to chip away at it here, because we're so close at this point to getting at least the upstairs for the most part complete, and then we can work on kind of going into the basement and kind of making some cool stuff happen there. But take our time more there, because we'll be here and we'll be able to. Honest to God, quick mini rant. Like, I don't have the time for this. Like, I have so many other people like wanting so many other things from me, and things that I did for myself. Like I created those opportunities, websites and all this sorts of shit. But like the thing that you realize when you take on a project like this is just like constant, especially where it's somewhere where you need to live. It's a fucking big commitment. And it's not a bad one, but it was interesting when we were going back and forth. Like, I was living in my parents' house and coming here, but now we're almost settled in. It's definitely different, but now that I'm here, I still have this weird feeling where it's like, I feel like I should be working, but I also, have this couch and this TV. And then when the computer's here, at least I could balance the work that we do maybe. Like, we could work out here, do some different things that we need to do, straighten some shit up, finish maybe some like these little floor pieces and stuff, but then, also work on other shit. I don't know. I'm not the only person with stress in their lives. I'm just trying to explain that if you do something like this, try to consider, all the stuff that might come along with it. And I'm trying to show you the process on that. So I'm going to get to work here, try to move some of this shit out of there. And yeah, let's keep going.